So I don't usually talk about finances or the money I make, but I finally broke the coveted 10K mark this year in the month of April. To give you the short answer, it's mainly due to having consistent clients, and I believe posting my work has built momentum to getting more work. Hi, my name is Jamal Eugene Lawson. I'm the owner of Creative Gene, and I mainly do video production for conferences and conventions here in Las Vegas. So I mainly work with two clients, Assignment Desk and Kira Brenton. With Assignment Desk, I've had this previous relationship that I built starting in the month of December, mainly due to a connection that was made from someone that I've worked with in the ESPN production space. Nick King, he is a cam op here in Las Vegas, or at least based in Las Vegas, but he travels across the country filming with ESPN, or he films with NASCAR. But he was able to give me the connection to Assignment Desk that has essentially led to me getting more consistent work with them. So the most recent work I've been doing with Assignment Desk has been with WrestleMania. I worked with Sports Illustrated in their reporters where I helped them film interviews with wrestlers. I've also worked with Gemini twice within the span of 2.5 weeks. One for Google Cloud Next, which was a conference that happened towards the end of March. Also ServiceNow, where that also happened at the top of April, I believe, maybe the first week of April. Both of those gigs, I was essentially filming interviews for the most part, testimonials, stuff with their executive leadership or partners that they worked with at those conferences. And most recently, I've worked with Club Shay Shay. Shannon Sharp is the owner of this production company, and he was filming podcasts here in Las Vegas. I can't really say right now who the two artists that we've interviewed, but one was a musician, rapper. The other one was a comedian. So we filmed those two productions within the span of 2 days, back to back. One was at Iconica Recording, which, funny enough, I have had a relationship with the owner, Tyler. So in LA, they have a location, and I've actually filmed a live stream production at the LA location with a previous artist that I've worked with, Christina Sofina. And we were, I think this was probably in 2022, maybe 2021. I went out there because I've interviewed her during the pandemic. I had an interview with her, and I finally made it out to the West Coast, and we just kind of just decided to link up and film a live stream performance. So we did that at the LA Iconica location recording studio. But it's funny how it comes full circle. These things come full circle, and the world of video production or whatever it is that I'm doing is kind of shrinking, or it's small. But I know I've already had this interaction with Tyler, so it's funny enough that he's built a Vegas location, and I've had this experience of just being able to do this podcast through his location here in Las Vegas. So it's kind of funny how those two things kind of are connected. So that's very interesting. Just a little bit of backstory. But yeah, then also the other location that we filmed in was at the barbershop, which is located in the Cosmo or the Cosmopolitan on the Strip here in Las Vegas. So we did those two podcast productions in those two locations. And then also working with Kira Brenton. I recently went back to Phoenix because she forgot to record some things. So I went back there for a day. I took the drive from Vegas to Phoenix, which was about maybe 4.5 hours, 5 hours. And that week was kind of chaotic because the TEDx event that was happening here in Las Vegas essentially was just volunteering my time and service, my video production service to the event. And it was a great experience. And I made a lot of connections, and hopefully people there made a lot of good connections, and was able to essentially, have good takeaways from the speakers and the topics that were discussed there. So it was a great experience being able to capture more of the behind the scenes look of what it takes to put on an event like that. So yeah, that was really cool. And also, I kind of lied and I took a utility job. I don't know why I did. I just kind of, I don't know. I was like, my day was open. I was like, sure, I'll take it. But no more utility jobs, at least through Ming Entertainment. Yeah, but that utility job was for, I think it was because it was the NHL playoffs are going on. Vegas Golden Knights are in the playoffs still currently, but that was the first round of the playoffs that I took that utility job for. So yeah, I did that. I know it's a little hard to kind of keep promises, but I'm working on it. I also took a vacation, a long, well-needed vacation, 6 days in New York City. Essentially just kind of meeting up with extended family. I have an aunt out there, cousins out there, and also have some friends out there that I met up with. And it was a well-needed break. So I kind of just needed to break away from being in Las Vegas and not doing anything video production wise. I mainly went there to support my cousin Jerica. She was hosting a pottery workshop at Dumbo Ceramics, and that was a really cool experience because I've never done pottery. I like to do creative things with my hands, and yeah, that was just really cool to be able to kind of see the stuff that she does there in that studio, and just showing up and supporting. That's kind of my thing, is just showing up and supporting for family. And also most recently, I went to LA to, one, celebrate my mom. It was Mother's Day that weekend. And then two, celebrate my aunt, Shahida. Her 50th birthday has passed. Love you, Shahida, and I love my mom. Happy Mother's Day. And I also did another utility job, but it wasn't really, I wouldn't say it was more of a utility job. It was more like production assistant, which turned into a camera operating position at EDC here in Las Vegas, which was held at the Motor Speedway. That was a really cool experience, but also a long 2 days. It was just really the same tempo of the music. I'm not the biggest fan of, EDC. The electronic dance music. I'm not a huge fan. I'm more of a house head, just growing up because my mom played a lot of Chicago house and she knows a lot of the Chicago house DJs. But that was a cool experience nonetheless. Just kind of showing up and, mostly doing a lot of PA, like production assistant work, setting up for a live stream. So essentially just kind of ran cables and set up cameras for the live stream production at one of the stages. And the company was through Sound Off Productions. and they held the live stream for EDC. One of the stages I was at was Quantum Valley, and yeah, I essentially had a setup day, and then I had 2 show days. I couldn't do the third day because I had to film with Club Shay Shay for one of the podcasts stuff on that Monday. So Wednesday, set day, Friday, Saturday, show days. And yeah, it essentially turned into, one of the camera operators was like, hey, you can, I told them that I have, cam opera experience, specifically with the Sony FX6 and FX9 camera packages, but they were operating on Blackmagic Design cameras, Cinema Pocket cameras or something. I can't remember what the camera package was right now, but it was Blackmagic cameras, and most of cameras operate the same. They should operate the same. It's just the layouts are different. But yeah, that turned into me, kind of switching off with the main cam operators to give them a break. And, I was mainly on the stage filming the DJs, and there was some aerialists, and, they'll occasionally go up and get, the riggers would, have them go up on this line of rope, and they'll do their aerialist thing, or there's dancers that will come in on the stage, and I was able to film some of that for EDC. So that turned into a cool experience, and not just me sitting around and coiling cable for the camera operators. So I had much more to do. So I guess another couple things that I've done was film a concert for B Rose. And Calvin came out to help me, assist for that as well again. So thank you again, Calvin, for doing that. But yeah, I filmed her concert at the Dustland. I believe she does social media marketing for Dustland. It's a cool spot, Western theme. They make cool cocktails, Western themed cocktails. An emerging spot here in the Las Vegas Arts District. So I definitely highly recommend that you go there. And I've also am in the middle of coordinating Creative Mornings Las Vegas, the first event that's going to be happening soon. I believe we have a date in July, but I will continue to update you on that. If you are in Las Vegas and you're interested in the Creative Mornings brand, we'll have an event here in Las Vegas. We'll be revamping the chapter, and we're just kind of going through some administrative things and coordinating while simultaneously coordinating the first event. So a lot of things are happening, volunteering my time, and then also trying to, do more video production work. But yeah, watch this video to catch up on the stuff that I did in Q1, and subscribe to my channel if you want more BTS of my life in video production.